Aha! Looks like we got here just in time.
We?
Suddenly, a blur of force collided with Hugo, launching him off the roof. He tumbled through the air before his blood-red wings unfurled, catching him mid-fall.
You.
Let me fight them.
Fine. But do not disappoint me.
You've gotten strong, Nova, but we'll take it from here.
Xarion!
Xarion stood before Nova, his hands pressed together as he summoned his veil. Both of his hands were pitch black, fading up to his elbows in a smooth, shadowed gradient.
Nova, go find the others.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Huh, you read my mind. I think it's time for a rematch.
Long ago, the world was at war. But then the 10 dragons arrived and changed everything. They brought peace to the world and gave us the gift of magic. Those who can use that magic are called sorcerers. But that is about to change. My name is Nova, and this is the story of how I became the first Warlock.
Warlock, Episode 34, Declaration of War.
Xarion stood firm as he removed his cloak, letting it fly into the heated wind. Across from him, Hugo landed on an adjacent rooftop. Below, Rick moved quickly, crouching beside Krysha. He helped her back up to her feet.
You two, get out of here. We'll buy you some time.
How did you all get here? How did you know where to find me?
Kaida told us where to find you. Well, she thought about it, and we read her mind. Headmaster teleported us here, but we have to find our own way home. That's why you need to find the others.
Now, Nova.
Right.
You seem different, Hugo.
The Devil of Oakvale.
I didn't expect you to be Nova's rescuer.
No matter. I shouldn't have any trouble with you at all.
Nova, get out of here!
Okay, come on, Krysha.
You're not going anywhere.
A tendril of blood lashed out, snapping towards Nova like a striking serpent. In a blur of motion, Xarion moved. Before the blood could reach her, Xarion appeared between them, both palms outstretched. The tendril collided with him midair. The blood sizzled and disintegrated on impact, consumed in an instant into Xarion's palms.
We can handle this. Trust me.
Nova and Krysha dashed away into the empty streets of the Glow District, with Zenith following closely behind.
I think you'll find things go a little differently this time, Hugo.
We've been pushing ourselves to the extreme. This might be a perfect opportunity to showcase our skills.
You ready?
Rick placed his hands on Xarion's back.
Let's do this, partner.
Xarion pressed his hand to his chest, wincing as a flash of light flared across his body. Wings of dark purple mist unfurled from his back, swirling with raw energy as he pushed his veil to level 2.
In that case, let's end this quickly.
Hugo's form twisted grotesquely, his massive wings of blood unfurling, larger than before. In the blink of an eye, Xarion's fist collided with Hugo's chest, the impact launching him backwards over the volcano's molten center, his speed supercharged by Rick.
Let's stay on him.
You got it!
Hugo retaliated, bringing blades of blood crashing down. They sliced through the air, only for the attacks to slide effortlessly off their bodies, failing to find purchase. Xarion closed the distance in a flash, fists flying. Rapid-fire strikes rained down, each one forcing Hugo to retreat midair, unable to dodge the onslaught.
I admit, you're faster than before.
You have no idea.
Xarion vanished, then reappeared above Hugo, his heels slamming down on Hugo's head. The impact sending him plummeting towards the lava below.
If we could hurry this up, please. I don't have the heat resistance that you do.
We've got him right where we want him. Just get ready to let go.
I'm going to have to separate them somehow.
Hugo gathered the surrounding blood into a massive hammer and swung it down with brutal force. The impact sent Xarion flying, Rick barely managing to cling to him. Before they could recover, Hugo was already upon them, 2 blades of blood rushing in from either side like a pincer.
I gotta let go. My legacy can't avoid that.
Do it!
Good luck!
Rick released his grip, using his legacy to let his feet stick to the air mid-leap, propelling himself backwards to safety. As he did, Xarion coughed, a sharp, ragged sound.
Now's my chance.
One of Hugo's blades morphed into a tendril, lashing towards him once more. Xarion barely managed to block, but the tendril latched onto his arm. A wince of pain flashed across his face.
You're stronger than last time, but still not strong enough.
The tendril pulsed, leeching Xarion's blood. His body began to tense.
Xarion!
I'm disappointed. I expected more from you.
Suddenly, Xarion's free hand slashed downward, severing his own arm above the point where the blood tendril had latched. The limb fell away. Xarion shot backwards, freeing himself.
Too little, too late. I already gathered a What?
And too predictable, Hugo.
Xarion pressed a hand over his wound, and in an instant, his legacy reshaped the missing limb, reforming it entirely. Hugo choked, a wet cough spilling blood from his lips. His wings quivered, then began to bubble and decay, falling away from his back in dripping, broken chunks.
What the hells did you do to me? Why? What's happening?
I suppose I can brag a little, since this fight is already over.
Hugo stumbled in the air, his body trembling.
Before our fight, I transmuted most of my own blood into a potent snake venom. If not for Rick, it would have torn me apart from the inside. But he kept it from binding to me. The moment you absorbed even a drop, well, let's just say it's been working through your system ever since.
You.
Hugo lurched forward, his body beginning to fail. The blood he'd gathered collapsed, coagulating and breaking apart, dropping in heavy globs into the burning pit below. He attempted to take flight, but Rick was already there, running along the air with lightning speed, cutting off his escape.
Give it up, Hugo.
At least this death is more honorable than my last. You two were worthy opponents.
Can't say we'll miss you, Hugo.
Goodbye, devil.
Hugo, drained of all his blood, dropped like a dead weight towards the lava below. As he fell, the heat consumed him, his body burning away until nothing remained.
The last living descendant of Reyna Tanwen, burned away. I can't think of a more fitting end.
Xarion, you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I just need to replenish my own blood. We need to move.
Suddenly, a shimmering light began to cover the top of the city.
You called it a trap.
We all knew it would be a trap. But for who? He said he didn't expect us to rescue her.
Let's go find Nova. We need to get her out of here as soon as possible.
Suddenly, a blade came slicing down towards Xarion, who was barely able to transform his hand into steel before blocking. He felt his life force being drained into the black sword. He quickly knocked it away. An elven wielder wearing golden armor held the blade.
Well, the devil of Oakvale. I'll definitely level up once I slice you to pieces.
Rick, look out!
A massive hammer came down on Rick, but it slipped off his head and to the ground below.
This must be Rick Rivers.
A gnome wielder leapt back, the massive hammer resting on his shoulder.
Looks like we'll have to take care of these folks first. Good thing we are already warmed up.
Cinderfall's elite. You know I love a challenge.
Let's go!
Meanwhile, inside the Citadel, Onyx watched with disappointment.
I hate to break one of my new toys so quickly, but I think I'll get a replacement very soon.
He's here. I can smell him. Full of mist. I want him. I want him now.
Then do your job and go get him, disgusting creature.
Wait a minute. I smell another.
Perfect. 2 in one day will make things much easier.
Topaz dashed towards the opening in the wall, leaping out and slamming into the city streets below. He began to move with unnerving speed.
Mine, mine, mine!
Just don't kill them!
Ruby attempted to follow Topaz out the opening, but a scaled hand appeared on her shoulder.
Diamond.
Let me go. I'm ready.
Be patient. I have no doubt you're strong enough to face them. But now is not the time.
I had her right where I wanted her.
You don't understand how important you are to the plan. Stop behaving like a child and start acting like a member of this organization.
Yes, Emerald.
We let her go. She's bait, remember? You don't think we could have stopped her in a second?
For now, we watch. We do not want to stand between Topaz and his prey. Once he has weakened Orion, we will intervene.
As Nova and Krysha dashed through the empty streets, Krysha caught sight of the shimmering barrier above them.
Damn it. We're trapped.
What is that?
The city's been locked down, no way in or out. Whoever they're trying to trap, they're here now.
Orion. They don't know he doesn't have his origin anymore.
And I have a feeling they're not going to be happy when they find that out.
How are we going to get out of here then?
God, I know there's a secret way out of the city that the Bloodless made during the uprising, but I don't remember where. Oh, Belric knows. We gotta get to the mines and...
Suddenly, as they turned a corner, a battalion of wielders blocked their path.
Don't move, you're surrounded.
Wielders flanked them from behind, coming out of a building entrance.
Can't the lady get us out of here?
No. Diamond did something to me that won't let her cast spells anymore.
Perfect. Guess this is all us.
You ready?
We got this.
Suddenly, Topaz slammed down in front of Nova and Krysha.
Huh, what the hell's?
Lord Topaz, please stand aside as we...
Hungry. Where are they?
Lord Topaz, I insist.
2 long white arms shot out of Topaz's long sleeves and grabbed the wielder. They recoiled back towards him, the wielder in tow. They all watched in horror as a jaw filled with sharp teeth opened underneath Topaz's mask, biting into the screaming wielder. Nova could see his mist being drained from his body with her elder sight. Topaz dropped him to the ground, dead.
Stop him!
A wielder brought down a flaming sword on Topaz, but as it connected with his body, the flame was quickly drained into Topaz.
What the?
As the wielders charged in, more sinewy arms appeared from under his cloak, grabbing multiple victims at once. Krysha and Nova slipped through the chaos to the other side of the block, the screams of wielders echoing through the streets.
What the hells was that?
I have no idea, but he ate their mist.
Suddenly, they could hear Topaz echoing behind them, approaching quickly.
Akashima's mist. I would love a taste. Just one bite.
Follow me, we're not far from the mines.
Krysha and Nova dashed through alleys. Topaz followed closely behind, his movements made clumsy and erratic by his frenzy.
You can't run forever. I will find you.
As he lunged forward towards them, Zenith suddenly stopped, unleashing a blinding flash of light towards Topaz, stopping him in his tracks. They used the opportunity to quickly dash into an alley, quietly trying to hide their footsteps.
How are we gonna lose this guy?
Akashima, can you hide your mist?
Yes, but you won't be able to access it again quickly, so be careful.
Nova felt the mist leave her body. She took a deep breath, allowing her body to fill with spirit energy instead. Topaz turned down a different alleyway, unable to smell Nova any longer.
Zenith, you'd better hide in the pocket dimension. Thanks for your help.
No! Where are you?
They continued weaving through the streets for what felt like an eternity, the dread of Topaz catching them weighing on their steps. Until...
Up there, ahead!
Krysha pointed to an opening in the mountainside. Minecarts and piles of raw ore scattered about. Suddenly, Krysha felt a cold hand on her back.
Found you. I don't smell your mist. Can I eat you?
Nova! Krysha, no! Damn it, he's too fast!
Hawk form, beak breaker!
Ren dashed in, his hand shaped like a hawk's beak and radiating energy. He connected with the arm in a flash, surprising Topaz, who dropped Krysha to the ground. Ren stood between them, crackling with electrical power.
You leave my friends alone, you freak!
The mistless boy again. Interesting.
Half a dozen white arms shot out towards Ren, who was able to dodge them with ease. To the untrained eye, it appeared as if he wasn't moving at all. After images dotted the area around him. When he finally stopped, a thunderclap echoed out from where he stood.
Oh, you're fun.
Ren, get out of there! He's doing something with the mist he ate!
Topaz pulsed and quivered under his robe. Suddenly, he grew into almost twice his original size. His robe ripped away as they were finally able to see his true form. A creature with dozens of arms, his pale skin smooth and rubbery, and a massive jaw underneath a strange grouping of eyes. The arms seemed to enter his body at random, disappearing under his skin.
What the hells are you?
Suddenly, a massive tail formed behind Topaz as he quickly swung around to strike Ren. The tail, however, was caught in the grip of Orion.
A Malakarath. This might give us some trouble.
Orion grabbed him, swinging him into the air. Suddenly, he was caught in the jaws of a massive red dragon.
Orion! Amara! What the hell is that thing?
That is a Malakarath, a demon that feeds on magic. Mystic energy, to be specific. Diamond must have somehow tamed one of them. Be on your guard. They are incredibly powerful.
Amara lifted him into the sky, dropping him when she reached a suitable height. Then, with a burst of fire, she shot him back down to the ground with blazing speed. He slammed into one of the empty buildings. Amara landed, with Briar leaping off and onto the ground.
Amara! I've always wanted to see your dragon form.
Nova, I'm glad you're safe. I wish I didn't have to use it, but it was the fastest way to get the four of us here.
I can't believe you just ran over here alone without telling us. You could have been killed.
Briar,
Briar pulled Nova in tight for a hug.
I'm glad you're okay. Now, let's get out of here. We're trapped. The only way out is through a secret entrance.
Great. Where is it?
I don't know.
Not so great.
But Balric knows where it is. Help us get him out. We're right behind you.
We'll keep this demon at bay. Be careful.
Don't push yourself, Ren. You don't know your limits yet.
Damn, they were really holding back against us, weren't they?
You can ask for a rematch later, you dunderhead. Come on.
Topaz crawled out of the rubble, dashing towards Orion as Amara took to the sky, raining fire down on him as he screamed in pain.
Looks like training paid off. You aren't the same Ren from a month ago.
I've only managed to master Hawk form, but I'm feeling stronger than ever.
My training isn't complete either, but it will have to be enough. What's the plan? We need to free the Bloodless. And I mean everyone. Got it?
Ha! Don't have to tell me twice.
Just tell us what to do.
Told you we'd save this city.
We can celebrate when we're out of here.
I knew you'd lead them here, little mouse.
Class Red looked up to see Lucian standing on one of the rooftops. Wielders surrounded the group.
Lucian, let them go!
I don't know where you got such power, but you will regret facing me again. These are the top students from the Citadel. The headmaster felt this would be a perfect graduation test.
I wouldn't mind another crack at you, pretty boy.
Why aren't they sending upper levels at us?
Capture the others. Alive. Leave the mouse to me.
Lucian vanished, and in the blink of an eye, he appeared in front of Krysha, who was able to block his attack with her shield. They began to duel, But Krysha appeared to hold her own even better against his mist-driven attacks. The wielders descended on the rest of Class Red as they took up defensive positions.
Oh, I've been itching for a good fight. Let's do this.
We're in this together.
As the wielders drew closer, a sudden cloud of gas filled the air, surrounding Class Red and hiding them from the attack.
Gas?
I told you! 95% chance they were searching for the imprisoned citizens.
You're almost always right, Xander.
Haha! Just in time, like real heroes.
Blue!
Hells yeah! Time for these chumps to see what Oakvale can really do.
I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad to see you, Balthazar.
We can exchange pleasantries later. First, we'll deal with them.
Allow me.
Please, be my guest.
This is giving me chills. I've been waiting for this team up for a long time.
Hey, that's my line.
Get ready.
Briar pressed her hand to the ground, and a vine made of fire appeared at her feet. She quickly guided it towards the toxic gas, causing it to ignite and explode outwards towards the wielders, knocking them back. As the dust cleared, she summoned more vines of fire, wrapping around the stunned wielders and whipping them about. Xander and Ren dashed out in an onslaught of fists and feet descending on their foes. As a wielder pushed through the smoke, he raised a blade at Briar to strike down, but a razor-sharp sickle blocked the path.
Poison sickle!
Thanks, Dweeb.
Suddenly, a mace struck Balthazar in the back of his head.
Balthazar!
The attack was fierce, but instead of Balthazar reeling from the pain, the wielder herself was knocked to the side as if the mace had struck her instead. Briar glanced down to see a faint glimmer, a chain made of mist connecting Balthazar to the wielder.
Yeesh! Thanks, Shiri, that was close.
I'll protect you all the best I can.
Shiri Kane. Legacy? Chain. Shiri can transfer healing energy or damage between anyone connected by her mist chains.
I'm Shiri, by the way.
Briar.
We can chat more later. Look out!
Suddenly, a huge wielder swung an axe low in an attempt to strike them all. But Nova appeared behind him, kicking his legs out from underneath of him, causing the wielder to lose his footing and fall backwards. She flipped forward onto his chest, delivering a kick so strong, it dented his armor and knocked the wind out of him.
Take this!
Nice work, Nova.
If you all can handle them, I'm going to find Krysha and get to the mines.
I'm coming with you.
Ren landed next to them all, electricity buzzing around him.
Me too. I think you'll need all the help you can get.
Will you be all right?
Suddenly, a large dome appeared above them, Xander in the middle.
Don't worry, I'll make sure the odds are in our favor. Now go!
The three dashed out to find Krysha, weaving through the wielders. As they approached a group blocking their path, Briar outstretched her arms.
I've got this. Level 1 evocation. Burning hands.
A burst of fire emanated from her palms, briefly igniting the ground beneath the wielders. They all shielded themselves from the powerful but short-lived blast.
Was that it? Ha! Charge!
Level 1 conjuration. Entangle.
Suddenly, where the ground had been touched by fire, powerful vines sprouted quickly out of the ground, wrapping around all of the wielders.
Nice one, Morsehead!
Briar, that was incredible!
They were easily able to leap over the vines and the immobilized wielders. As they reached Krysha, she was cornered against the mountain wall, Lucian slicing towards her with incredible speed. They were unable to reach her, wielders blocking their path. They attempted to fight their way through.
Unbelievable. You are putting up quite the fight, aren't you? No matter. I think our sparring is done. Permanently.
Krysha, don't give up! You're stronger than him!
You can win this!
Fourth position.
Lucian brought down his blade with incredible power, with Krysha blocking with her sword. The reforged blade held strong, but Krysha could feel the immense force behind the attack, forcing her into the mountainside even deeper, rocks falling around her.
Dish ears! Look, I've always believed in you. You're stronger than him. You're stronger than anyone I've met. Don't give up. You're a part of the family now, and I don't want to lose you. You're the one who makes me want to be the best version of myself. And not just as a fighter, but as a person.
As Krysha struggled against Lucian, his eyes wide in anger and fear, she saw Class Red fighting to get to her. She heard Ren's words. She could feel the anger in her heart begin to fade as it was replaced by a different sensation. Love. Her face turned from fear to a wide grin.
Oh, they love you. I'm surprised anyone can love a little gutter rat like you. It'll make killing you even more fun if they get to watch.
The glow from Krysha's sword dissipated as he pressed her blade close to her. But then, with a blinding flash, it lit up twice as bright. Krysha suddenly found her strength increasing as she pushed Lucian back away.
What? How are you doing this?
Krysha bashed him backwards with her shield as she regained her footing.
Are you stronger just because they love you?
No.
Suddenly, an intense blue aura began to emanate from Krysha.
I'm stronger because I love them!
Lucian could barely react before Krysha's sword was directly in front of him.
Kindred Smite! Level 2!
Krysha's glowing sword clashed against Lucian's blade once more. Though his legacy still surged through it, the thin steel shattered, fragments scattering like glass. The force sent Lucian hurling backward, crashing through a building into a billow of dust. Above, a dragon roar shook the city as Amara descended, landing beside Krysha.
Retreat! Dragon! Retreat!
Are you all right?
Class Red, joined by Class Blue, pushed their way through the fleeing wielders to regroup.
We're okay. Where's Orion?
He's trying to hold back the demon. I'll buy you some time here, but we need to find a way out.
Is that Amara?
I knew it! The dragons have returned.
Incredible. I'm not sure how to feel exactly.
I feel both terrified and thrilled. What is this feeling called?
Class Blue, help me keep guard out there. I have a feeling this isn't over.
Right!
Krysha saw Lucian emerge from the rubble, battered and weak. She knew that she could easily end their feud, once and for all, that she could have revenge on his family in an instant. But with a furl of her brow, she turned her attention to the mine as Lucian ran away.
Class Red, follow me!
They sprinted into the mines, where hundreds of people huddled in the dim light, shackled together by a heavy chain. Belric, his hands wrapped around a worn pickaxe, was hacking at his bindings when he caught sight of Krysha.
Krysha, you okay?
It's Krysha.
Those bastards! We're here to get you out. Where's the secret entrance you and my father made?
It's in the basement of Helmar's shop.
Damn it, that's too far from here. We'll never get everyone there safely.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Let me think.
Krysha raised her sword, swinging it down hard onto the chain, shattering it. The Bloodless leapt to their feet, eager to escape.
Thank you so much, Krysha.
We're going to have to make a run for it. Briar, are we clear?
Briar peered out of the entrance, scanning the buildings for any sign of the enemy. The city was burning, and the next step was theirs.
Warlock,